morning from Paracas, a lovely beach town in Peru, and it's mostly famous for being the exit point to the Ballestas Islands. But I am here actually for the Paracas National Park because you can do the park with the bicycles. You can do the whole bicycle tour, which takes around 30 kilometers. It's going to be the whole day thing. It might be a bit challenging, but I'm so ready for an adventure. Of course, we are going to do the Ballestas Islands too. That's for tomorrow. Today, I'm now actually going to meet up with my new travel buddy and we're gonna go for this bicycle ride. So today, my new travel buddy is Magda. Hi! So the national park actually officially for people opens only at 9, so if you are here before 9 you will have to wait a bit. So actually there is a tip online that if you come here at like 7 o'clock in the morning, no one is here, no one is checking the entrance, so you can actually get in for free. But yeah, if you come around 9 then you will have to pay the entrance fee. Very weird look, but basically to get in the park you will need a helmet, so make sure that your bike rental gives you the helmet. Okay, so we have this crazy mountain up in front of us, so I'm just getting off the bike because it is quite challenging. This track sometimes it's up and down, and when it's up, it's not easy. I know in camera it doesn't look that steep, but it is really hard here to cycle up these hills. Yay! We did it! So we stopped on our way, the first cafe we saw in like 3 hours, and it's absolutely horrible. Everyone, there's like 5 restaurants, and all 5 restaurants are just like on you. They are like talking, not stopping. They're like, oh, you can have this and you can have this, and it's just absolutely horrible. It's like 5 different people from 5 different restaurants just like on you, trying to get you in your restaurant. So we are really tired, we're really hungry, we really want to have a break, but I think, look, those are all the people. I think we're really reconsidering maybe starving and get back and eat in the town, because this is absolutely horrible. This is too much. Okay, so at the end we decided to take a break and have a bit of a food to be able to finish the big 30-kilometer route. This bicycle tour was amazing. We started at 8, finished now at 4:30, so it's 8.5 hours, yeah. But that's with stopping for the lunch and stopping at all the amazing beaches. And to be fair, the track was a bit challenging because like up and down, and the ups are really hard. But really, you don't need to be a professional, experienced bicycle rider. You can, if you're just doing it for fun, then you'll be completely fine. The track is really enjoyable. I know that today's weather, the cloudy weather, definitely helped me to enjoy the track and to finish it. I see how on a sunny day it could be really, really challenging. So if you are doing this trip, this bicycle tour, then definitely on a sunny day, definitely make sure you have sunscreen and loads of water, because I can see how this track could be very challenging on a very sunny day. So the whole route is through like a desert, and then you stop at these amazing beaches, and some of the beaches reminded me about Portugal. So it's like a really, really good mix, and the whole route is very scenic and just so magical. At some point I felt like I'm like on a different planet. Like it's a really, really magical scenery. This route I took and the places I stopped at, all that I will put in detail in my blog, and the link will be in the description. Day 2, another early morning in Paracas, because today we are going to Ballestas Islands. I thought that I'm gonna be dead, my legs will hurt so much, but actually it's not that bad. So turns out I'm not as unfit as I thought. So quick breakfast now and we are off to the island. Okay, so we just arrived to the port, and it turns out that like the wind or I couldn't really understand what he was explaining and saying, but for whatever reason it's basically not possible to go and see Ballestas Islands now. There is a small chance that we will be able to do it at 9:30 in 1 hour. He did offer us alternative route, but like it's not as good as the islands. So basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna wait until 9:30, 1 hour more, and if there is a possibility to go to the island, we'll go to the island, and if not, we'll just take the alternative tour. Okay, so after waiting an hour and very, very messy port area that we don't understand what's happening, at this point we've been told that the island is closed. We can't go to the main island, but we will have the alternative tour. But yeah, this port is absolutely like crazy busy. Everyone's like, there are other people like shouting and offering the alternative tours, and then people are saying to wait, and it's just like such a mess. But at this point it's clear that the islands are closed, so yeah, we're gonna do the alternative tour. Okay, this was probably the most disappointing boat tour, well, in general tour we had so far in 3 months in South America. It was just waste of time, because we wasted like around 2 hours just to get on a boat, and once we get on a boat it was like a half an hour really quick boat ride. So basically it's very, very disappointing. And I guess just to summarize, we spent 2 days in Paracas, and it was very highly recommended by locals, and we always trust local opinion. They always give us the best recommendations. But I think in this case it's just a bit overrated, because there isn't much to do here, because the town itself is really, really small, and it's like where the locals go for summer holidays. So basically All the prices in the restaurants are quite high. We haven't found like a cheap place where to eat. So I think it's just really overrated, and I'm sure the real island tour would be much nicer. But still, I think the highlight in Paracas is the national park. The national park was amazing, and the fact that you can do the cycling tour on your own, it's just a really, really cool adventure and experience. So I would say don't plan more than 2 days in Paracas, because there isn't much to do, but to explore the national park on your own, especially on the bicycles, I think is an amazing idea. And then if you get to the island, great. But if you don't, I don't even bother and go to the alternative tour, because it's like a standard tour that they're always gonna offer you as the alternative. But I think just skip it, it's not worth it. Okay, and now from the people in the hotel, lovely people, they actually explained us that the local people here, the captains and the people working in the port, they know early in the morning if the island is gonna be closed or open. Like if it's closed, it's closed. If open. So I'm so angry. They made us wait there for 2 hours. They tricked us. They said, oh, maybe you can go, maybe not. We'll see. Wait 1 more hour. And we were like idiots, just standing there and waited. And then at the end, they took us to the shitty half an hour tour that was like really bad. And it's so frustrating how they can trick tourists so easy, because how would we know? Like how? Like, you go there with the best intentions to have this boat tour that you came here for. And I'm actually so glad I went on this big cycling adventure in the national park, because if I would come here to Paracas just for the island tour, which a lot of people do, because that's like the main thing to do here, and they did this to me, I would be extra angry. Now I'm just like really angry because they totally wasted my morning. I would have done much better things with my time. First time, I'm actually happy to leave because like I'm upset with this place. But next thing is a 14-hour bus ride to Arequipa, so I'll see you there. But meantime, if you found this video useful and you liked it, then please give it a like and subscribe.